Hey friends, it's Laura here at Lalo Yoga and Wellness, ready for another practice today. Today we're going to be focusing on sun salutations. Not your everyday sun salutations though. We're going to be throwing in some options and variations for the flow portion. Traditionally it's that plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog to down dog. And that's great and I love it. But sometimes I want to do something different. Sometimes my body's getting a little tired. Sometimes maybe I'm dealing with a little bit of a shoulder issue or a back issue or something else that makes me not so into that whole plank chaturanga situation. So we're going to be showing some things that you can do instead. Let's get started. Let's find any seated position that you feel comfortable with today. And first and foremost, just let yourself be. Start to feel how your body's feeling today, noticing anything that's a little tight, or maybe you're feeling loose, maybe you feel relaxed. Just paying attention to how your body is feeling. Then we start to turn our attention to our thoughts. Maybe you have a lot of thoughts running around today. It feels busy in there. Or maybe you're already relaxed. But let's just notice the thoughts that are going through our head. Remembering we can just let them run around, slide into our consciousness and slide right back out. They're just thoughts. And they don't have to mean anything unless we want them to. If you want to keep your eyes open, you can do that. Maybe take a soft gaze at one place on the floor. Or if it feels good, you can start to close your eyes. We start to find our breath. Feel it in your body. Noticing it with your thoughts. And then we start to put those two together. Letting us slow the breath down. Maybe we take a deeper breath or a longer breath, or maybe both. And as we inhale, we start to lengthen out through the spine. And as we exhale, we just allow the muscles to begin to relax a little bit. Give yourself 2 more full, high-quality breaths, just like this. On your next breath, we're going to begin moving along with that breath. So take your arms out to the side. Maybe we start blinking the eyes open. Reaching high as we breathe in, following the fingertips with our gaze. Exhale, and just let the chin drop to the chest. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, allowing that chin to drop. Let's take one more breath this way. And let your left hand come to your right knee, taking your right hand behind you, almost like the back of a chair, giving your back a little bit of support. As we breathe in, we sit a bit taller, and as we exhale, deepen the twist just a little bit more. One more time, deep breath. Exhale. Inhale, bringing both hands in the body to the center. Exhale, let's take that twist to the other side. Right hand to the left knee, left hand behind you, gentle twist, just looking over the shoulder. Inhale, sit a bit taller. Exhale, deepening the twist. And one more time. Inhale, reaching both hands high, returning to the center. Exhale, let the arms come down along beside you. I'm just going to take a couple of rolls here through the shoulders. Loosen it up. Let's go the other way. A little shrug up and down. Loosen up through the wrist. Anytime you start to feel a little bit of tension building in your neck or your shoulders or your wrists, come back to these easy rotations and just loosen it back up. Let's bring our hands down to the mat now, coming into tabletop position. You want to spread the fingers out nice and wide so you can see the mat between your fingers. We lengthen out through the spine. Knees are directly underneath the hips, tops of the feet on the mat for table pose. Take a quick check into your neck and ensure that we're pulling the shoulders away from the ears. So there's a lot of space between the neck and the ears. Let's take a deep breath, lift the gaze, let your belly drop, tipping your tailbone toward the ceiling for cow pose. Exhale, scoop the hips under, round the spine, tuck the chin, looking toward your thighs, cat pose. Inhale and lift. Exhale, round the spine. And return to your tabletop. Anytime you start to feel too much pressure on the wrists, you can always bring these fists on top of the mat or even use your blocks to take a little bit of the pressure out of the hands. Moving into our first balancing posture, inhale, reaching through the right hand and the left leg. We want to level out our hips here. Arm and leg equal distance off the floor, spreading the fingers, spreading the toes. Your foot's flat like you're kicking through that wall behind you. Inhale, reach through the fingers, reach through the heel. Exhale, round the spine. Let's bring our elbow and knee together, tucking the chin in. Inhale and reach. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale to table. Take a cow and cat right here. And return to table. Let's take that bird dog now on the other side, reaching through the left arm, the right foot. Fingers and toes wide, equal distance, leveling out the hips. Making sure we're not collapsing into the shoulder, but we're still maintaining that space along the neck. Inhale, reach through the fingers and the heel. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Inhale and reach. Exhale. Inhale and reach. Exhale. Inhale and reach. Exhale, returning to table. One more round of cow and cat. From here, we're going to explore some plank variations. Please keep these variations in mind as we move through our sun salutation options, because you may want to employ some of them, and feel free to do so at any point in time. Starting out with a traditional plank, reach each leg back, hands right underneath your shoulders. Your spine is nice and long. We can drop down onto the knees. Notice that the spine is still nice and long. It's not a table. The knees are set back behind us. Now shift your weight into the right side, keeping your right knee down. Extend the left leg and arm. Arm goes up high, leg goes out long for a side plank. Option here would be to extend the right leg with your feet staggered. You can even put the feet on top of each other to stack them up. Take your gaze back down to your mat. Reach the hand down. Turn the body to the mat. Come back on your knees. And let's take that to the other side. Shifting your weight to the left. Extend the right leg. Extend the right arm high. Gaze might be up toward that right hand, or forward, or down to the floor. Same options. Stagger the feet if you want to extend through the left leg, or even stack the feet on top of each other. Looking down to the mat, bring your hand to the floor, knees to the floor, forearms to the floor for another plank option. You can have your knees down or tuck your toes for a hovering plank. Shift your weight forward slightly and we lower down, keeping the elbows tucked in close, elbows underneath your shoulders, moving into baby cobra. Inhale, slight extension here at the elbows, gaze is straight ahead. Exhale. If that felt good on the low back, maybe you want a little bit more. Extend the arms all the way, lift the gaze toward the ceiling for full cobra. Exhale. If you'd like a little more power, up dog. Extend the arms, lift the gaze, and lift the legs. Exhale. And we tuck the toes. Lift the hips high. Maybe you come into a half plank first and lift those hips to come into your downward facing dog. Pedal out the legs, let them feel loose. We want to shift as much weight as we can to the middle of the palm, right at the base of your fingers. Protecting your wrist. Let's come up on all 10 toes. And then slowly begin to release the heels toward the mat. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. We want to keep the arms long and the spine long. So maybe that means that we add a little bit more bend to the knees, and that's okay. The goal here is that long arm, long spine. Let your shoulder blades slide toward your hips and away from the spine, maybe kind of like screwing the hands into the mat, pointing your middle fingers toward the upper corners of the mat to create some space through the neck. Inhale, lift your gaze toward the top of the mat, bending the knees. Take a few small steps to bring yourself back to the top of the mat. Big toes together, knees are bent. Resting your belly on top of your thighs, grabbing your opposite elbows, and allowing your head to hang for ragdoll. You can stay here, or you can just move this around gently. Always an option in place of a forward fold. Let's find some stillness here in the center. Release your arms to the floor and start to find some length in the legs. Forward fold. Gaze is at the knees or toward the back of the mat. Maybe even bringing your hands to the back of the thighs, drawing your body closer. Maybe your hands are resting on some blocks. Tenting your fingers now, place them on the front of the shins. Lift the upper body until it is parallel to the floor. Lengthen out through the spine for this halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rolling up, one vertebra at a time. Little squeeze here through the glutes. Let the hips push forward slightly. Inhale, reaching out and up. Little mini back bend at the top of the chest. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale and reach. Exhale, reaching your right hand back, your left hand forward, working the hips to stay forward. Take a standing twist, looking over your right fingertips. Inhale, sweep the right hand down, face front, pick up that left hand. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale and reach. Exhale, taking that twist to the other side. Working the hips forward. Maybe you find it's a bigger twist on one side than the other. That's pretty normal. Inhale, sweep the left hand down, face forward. Pick up the right hand, exhale, cactusing the arms. Inhale and reach. And let's bring these hands to heart center. Take a breath here, maybe shake it out if you need a little shake and boogie. I'm a wiggler, so I like to wiggle. Put a little wiggle in there. And then we start to find that stillness in the body once again. Let's bring the hands to heart center and find an arrow mudra with the hands. So lace your last 3 fingers, put your pointer and your thumb together, and bring it right to heart center. We start with a scoop down and up and a nice deep breath in. Exhale, release the hands, forward fold, maybe ragdoll, gazing at the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands on the floor, bring your knees directly under your hips for table. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Returning to table. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, down dog. 1 full breath in and out, sliding those shoulder blades down and away from the spine. Step or hop to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause here, take a breath. Arrow mudra. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the neck. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank, any plank version that you prefer. Chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra, full cobra, or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Pause here for a breath. Inhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause here. Those are the 2 variations that I typically teach in my classes so that people have those 2 options. But we're going to start to dive a little bit deeper today, and you can start to play with it just a little bit and see what you like to do. Let's come back to the top of the mat. Finding your arrow mudra, that little squeeze in the glutes. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting your hands a little bit wide on the mat. Step back into a plank or kneeling plank, any version you prefer. 2 push-ups. 1, 2. Tuck the toes. Down dog. Take a breath in and out. Inhale, step or hop to the top. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep all the way out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Taking a breath. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back into a plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Baby cobra or full cobra. Exhale into a child's pose. Inhale, returning to table. Tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Pause here. One full breath in and out. Inhale, step or hop to the top, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep out and up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Pause here. Inhale, lifting your left leg high. Find your standing staff pose. We're going to take a break from the sun salutations just for a moment. Take a deep breath, stand a bit taller. Exhale, press your left leg back, putting your left toes down, keeping your left heel off the ground. Reach the hands high as you scoop your hips forward, crescent lunge. Exhale into an airplane lunge. Notice the arms a bit higher than the back. One breath. Inhale, bend the left leg. Press out of your crescent lunge into warrior three with airplane arms. One breath. And then we slowly begin to bring that left leg back to the front. Hands come together. Standing staff. Bent leg, or you can extend that leg. Exhale. Lacing the fingers. Arrow mudra. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back into a plank. Lower down just about a quarter of the way. Keep the toes tucked. Let the hips fall. Lift the gaze. Cobra Ranga. Lift the hips high. Downward facing dog. I just made that word up. Full breath in and out. Inhale. Step or hop to the top. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a breath. Get your hair out of your face. Arrow mudra. Inhale, scooping down and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back into a plank. Remember your options. Knees could be down here. Inhale, lift the left leg. Bend the left knee. Lift it just a bit higher, feeling that squeeze in the glutes. Bring the knees side by side. Lower down. Inhale, lifting the right leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, lift a bit higher. Exhale, knees side by side. Inhale, plant the foot. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Full breath. Step or hop, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arrow mudra, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands. Step back into a plank, any version you want. Length up the neck here. Inhale, reach the left hand back. Replace it. Reach the right hand back. Replace it. Lift the hips high. Full breath in and out. Step or hop to the top. Halfway lift. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale. Sweep out and up. Exhale. Hands to heart. Take a breath. Arrow Mudra. Inhale, scoop down and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, planting the hands, come into your plank, any version you like. Shoulder tap, right hand to left, left hand to right. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, step or hop, halfway lift, forward fold. Inhale, exhale. Take a breath. Arrow Mudra. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands, step back into your plank, any version you want. Inhale, reach forward through the left. Replace it. Forward through the right. Replace it. Hips up, down dog. Full breath. Step or hop to the top. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Arrow Mudra. Inhale, scooping down and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands. Plank. Get steady, maybe feet a little wider than hips. Inhale, bird dog from a plank. Replace it. Other side. Replace it. Hips high. Full breath. Inhale, step or hop. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a breath. Inhale, lifting your right leg. Find your standing staff. Again, option could be to extend your leg all the way out. Maybe you reach for that foot with your hand. The choice is yours. Hinging from the hips, start to send your right foot behind you. Big step back, back heel stays off the ground, reach the arms out, scoop your hips forward, crescent lunge. Sink into it, open the leg a bit. Exhale into an airplane lunge, lifting the arms high, higher than your back. You have a nice long line from the top of the spine all the way through the tailbone. Keeping these airplane arms, bend the right leg, push off, and lift that leg off the floor, coming into Warrior 3 with your airplane arms. And then we slowly bring that right foot forward, returning to standing staff. Come down to the floor. Let's take a deep breath up. Exhale. Hinging forward from the hips, bring the hands down to the floor, knees under hips. To come into your tabletop, let's take that cow and cat. Returning to table. Set the hips back. Reaching your hands toward the top of your mat or stacking the fists underneath your forehead. Start to bring the forehead to the mat or those fists. Child's pose. Slide your hands under your shoulders. Push yourself away from the floor, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Head comes up last. Take a deep breath, reach high. Exhale your hands to the right, feet to the left. Sit down. Take yourself into an easy boat pose and just hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lowering down. Let's bring both knees into the chest. Rocking the knees side to side. And taking the big circle. Feeling for any spots that are a little tight or sore, rocking on those spots to work them away. And then we come back to the center. Deep breath, push those legs away with your belly. Exhale, let the feet come down to the floor. Your feet are at the edges of your mat. We're going to take our hands out nice and wide, like the letter T, and just windshield wiper the legs side to side. Little hip mobility while we loosen up the back. And let your knees stay to the left. Option if you want it, left heel on the outside of the right knee. We're making sure that both shoulder blades stay anchored to the floor. If you want to deepen your twist, turn your head to the right. And then we bring the head to neutral if it was turned. We release that extra weight if we used it, and we bring the knees up to the center. Windshield wipering the legs once again. This time letting the knees stay on the right. Same options. You can take the right heel to the outside of your left knee. And if you want that deeper twist, looking over your left fingertips. We bring the head back to neutral if we had it turned to the side, and release that extra weight if we chose to use it. And we bring the knees back up to the center. Take a couple more windshield wipers here, just resetting your spine. And then bring the knees to stillness, pointing at the ceiling. Let your knees just fall together and bring the arms a little closer wherever they naturally fall for restorative pose. We can stay here as we move through Shavasana, or extend the legs out into corpse pose. Let yourself get comfortable. This is your time to just be. We start to release any tension from the top of the head, down through the eyes and the jaw, into the neck and the throat. Moving down into your shoulders, elbows, and wrist. Feeling the weight of your heart, the slowing movement of the chest. And that softening down into the hips, the legs, the knees, ankles, right down to the toes. Stay here in your Shavasana as long as you would like. And when you feel ready, start to make your way up to a seated position. Letting the chin drop to the chest. And we turn our gaze over the left shoulder. Chin to chest. And taking that gaze over the right shoulder. Chin to chest. The eyes are still closed. We start to blink them open. And we take one final big deep breath together. Exhale, hands come to heart center. May you have peace in your thoughts, kindness in your words, and hope in your hearts. From my heart to yours. Namaste. I hope you found some sun salutation options that you want to try. Throw it into your next practice, and I'd love to hear how it went for you.